of the business meeting here. Our first announcement is with John Susie, because our special biggest fundraiser of the year is the Pro-Am tournament. And John has a couple messages for us.
Thank you, Ingrid. We are less than 4 weeks away from our Pro-Am Day on June the 5th. In talking to Gene this morning, who has set up our Eventbrite website, I guess for lack of a better word, for those of you who have already registered and indicated that you're going to be there that day, thank you. Obviously, we have some outside guests that because we boosted this on Facebook through Claudia's efforts. And we've got several people from outside the club coming. But it's most important that if you're going to attend that day, that we know that you're, so we can get the right counts for food, drink, and everything else, and tickets. Everything's digital this year as far as tickets are concerned. That's the first year that we've ever done that. I have successfully, at least in one case, Gene, sent my tickets to Gene. But if you have a Ticketmaster account, let us know what your Ticketmaster email is, if it's different from the email that you have on the club's records. Gene will probably be sending you a reminder email just to make sure. But it sounds a little bit more complicated, but the whole world has gone to digital tickets. I mean, it's just the way it is anymore. The Memorial happens to be that way this year. But we encourage you to be there. Everyone's going to be invoiced for 2 tickets, so use them as you see fit, whether it's you and your spouse or significant other are going to be there, or you give them to a friend. The logistics are just a little different. We won't be handing someone a ticket that wants to go on the golf course. But the most important thing is participation. So go out on Eventbrite, get the Gene, if you can't find it, Gene will send you the link. Is it out on our website right now, Gene?
I believe it is, yes.
So there's a lot of different ways to find it, but we encourage participation. We're still looking for any silver sponsors, which would get you signage at the event. Those are $100 a piece, similar to the polar bear signups, but we're moving along and looking forward to a great day. Thank you, Ingrid.
Well, thank you, John. It's an important committee and a great active committee, I will say. Let's move on to a second thank you, or second event here. If I could have Dan Schwegman and Luke Thomas, Phil Yoder, and or Mike Isler just stand for a quick round of applause. The Derby party was excellent, and our board was not. Thank you, again, to the social team. That was great. Also, I learned that last Friday, I asked Claudia to lead the charge on all things Community Day. If you participated in Community Day, and Claudia especially for organizing it, please stand. Let's give a round of applause to our Community Day organizers. Oh, look at that. All right. Well, Claudia, there actually was another thing on the agenda this morning. And here is Miss Hallie. And Hallie was going to make an announcement about our president's meeting next week. And Paige and Hallie, why don't you both come up for 1 minute? And Hallie, I'll let you catch your breath here, but if you guys would come forward. Next week is a very special meeting. We'd like to have all of our attendees, our members in attendance. So take a deep breath and.
Sorry, I was at muffins with mom, which is number 1 priority. Okay. So next Friday on the 17th, we have our past presidents program, and well, I haven't been to it in years past, but this year, at the very least, we're going to combine honoring our past presidents with a little bit of leadership development workshops. So it'll be interactive. We'll have an opportunity to chat with our past presidents, gain some insight from them, learn some fun facts about them, and we hope that you can all join us. We will be starting early next week at 7:30. We will start. So not social hour at 7:30, starting a meeting at 7:30. So try to get here a little bit early.
Thank you, Hallie. Hallie has put together an outstanding program, and I'm hopeful that you all will join us. The committee has worked hard on this under Gene's leadership, Susan West, Ingrid. I'm here today simply to ask your assistance over and above your attendance next week. We've invited all of our past presidents. We have not received RSVPs from all of our past presidents. So what I'm asking Susan to do this weekend, if she would be kind enough to do that, is to send to all of us the list of past presidents that have not RSVP'd, because some of us will know some and some will know others. But if we reach out to them personally, hopefully we'll get a response that gains their attendance, that we have an opportunity to really say thank you for everything they've done for our club. We've got a number of outside guests coming, so we really want to make sure we get as many past presidents as possible. Thank you.
And of course, the most important thing is make sure that you are here and bring other members with you to enjoy the past presidents that are attending. That's critical. Well, Paige, thank you. Paige conceived this tribute and we appreciate it. So something new we're trying as a result of last week's meeting, a new kind of member spotlight, and it's called 3 Truths and a Lie. I'm sure Hallie and Claudia will kick us off. You guys will kick us off and tell us what this is about.
Good morning, everybody. We'll make this quick and hopefully
yeah.
painless.
Stand, you don't have to go behind,
Correction.
stand close to the,
Hello. Hello, everybody. So in order for us to get to know each other better, this year we've been very lucky to bring in 11 new members, including Hallie, to our club, although she was a previous Rotarian. So any of the parents here that are interested in joining Rotary, please see one of us after the meeting. But in order to get to know each other better, we're gonna, the people listening,
the students.
we're going to play a little game called 3 Truths and a Lie. Has everybody ever done that before? So we're gonna say 4 things about each other. One of them is clearly, or not so clearly, a misrepresentation, right? So the good thing is we got caught up with each other yesterday over coffee. So we know more about each other than we ever did before. I'll go first with Hallie. Hallie is from a Rotary family. Her father was a past president of the Orville, Ohio Rotary Club. And as a participant and a daughter of a Rotarian, she did participate in their pancake eating contest. She is the record holder, having devoured 17 pancakes in one sitting. Pretty impressive. I mean, she doesn't look like a big eater, but there you go. Interestingly enough, TJ, her husband, has 2 things that are really he's famous for. One is that he is a professional athlete. Want to know more about what it's like to be the spouse of a professional athlete? Talk to Hallie. The other is that he delivered their 2nd son at home.
Oh.
Or did he? I don't know. He delivered their 2nd son at home, and you were the mother, right? Yeah. Yeah, she was there. Hallie is a accomplished musician, and she plays 6 different instruments. So music is in her blood, and she's really good at it. So maybe we'll have her be the entertainment in one of our parties. And she has traveled to 4 continents in her very short, lovely life. Which is the lie?
The baby.
The baby?
The continents.
The continents? The pancakes? No consensus what the lie is? She doesn't play 6 instruments. People, come on. Come on. She's brilliant. She plays 4.
If you want to know about any of the other things, you're always welcome.
The home birth thing is really interesting.
Unplanned. Don't recommend. Okay. So Claudia, as we all know, is a wild woman. So I have some interesting facts about her, and I challenge you to guess the untrue fact. So Claudia attended Greek school as a youth. She also has performed at the Kennedy Center. We found that we have the performance thing in common. She was a part owner in a bar in Wheeling, West Virginia, My husband is also from Wheeling, West Virginia, another
So much
commonality.
fun.
Look at that, what you learn over coffee. And she actually was a roadie with Santana when she lived in California. What do you think, people?
I was not a roadie. And there we go. So. There's more Rotarians. Please, if you are going to be here, sign up, find a partner. We're going to do this. The dates are on here. We're not doing it every week, but sign up and find a partner, meet them for coffee or a drink. And tell us more about each other.
Oh, well, thank you guys for doing our first 3 truths and a lie. I think Jim Van Heen, that's our cue that we're gonna be on the schedule. And with that, why don't we welcome our Sergeant at Arms with our usual enthusiasm.
Thank you. Good morning. First thing to start off with, of course, is always Rotary protocol. Do you have your badge? Do you have your pin? And do you have a card, a business card? And I hope most of the parents that came in, one of us handed you a card when you came in. So keep us in mind if you're have Friday mornings free. We'd love to have you attend more often. A couple of things with since we have the students here today. In 1914, Woodrow Wilson proclaimed Mother's Day. Coincidentally, in 1960, the FDA approved the pill. Little facts about your students going off to school. 52% of college students eat 3 times a day. 33% eat less than 3 times a day. And 14% eat more than 3 times a day. So, as they say, look out for the freshman 15.
Yeah.
College students eat at least 1 fast food meal per week. 82% snack regularly. 61% eat fried food at least 3 to 5 times a week. Don't do that. Students are more likely to gain weight than people their age who don't go to university. Anyway, little trivia. We don't have any guests other than the parents, and they'll be introduced later. We have the drawing for $20 is the small pot. The large pot is $658. You pick a number?
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah, we'll send it.
You get your choice of which 8725. Somebody has to have it. $8725. Okay, you want $20 small pot, or you want to take a shot?
I'll do
Small, okay. Dollars. And ready. $8715. Plenty, okay, great. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, Jim. That's great. Well,
There's only like 10 cards.
let's go on to the main opportunity we have, which is to really get to know our scholars and our.
We have a winner.
Claudia, did you show us the line? Well, congratulations. With that, I'm gonna ask Steve and Steve to come on up. And I will let you guys take the program from here. Please know our scholars are very welcome. And we're looking forward to hearing more about you and your plans for next year.
Good morning. Steve Schmidt, I'm the chair of the Education Services Committee. And there's 3 phases of that. We have Julie Rinaldi leads the literacy subcommittee, which focuses on working with Dublin schools on literacy. We also support the Dublin Robotics Boosters, each year with a donation, and also we serve as judges for the competitions. And the third aspect is our scholarship program, and Steve Bergana chairs that subcommittee, and then I'll turn it over to Steve, Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you. Morning, Rotary. I can't believe it's been a year already. I just did it for the first time last year. It was my second year doing it. We had a lot of great applicants this year. First off, I want to thank all the judges. We had a lot of great judges that helped determine the winners this year. So if you did judge and you're here, if you could stand and just if everybody could applaud the judges. And second of all, the parents that came with the students today, please give them a hand because they've raised some great kids, obviously. So, basically what we want to do is want to invite all the winners, scholarship winners up here with me. And they'll give a little, don't be shy. And then they'll say a little bit about themselves, what it means to win the scholarship, what they plan to do for college and their career. And then we will open it up for questions from the Rotary group.
1 minute training, if you would, please, students, hold the mic about an inch from your mouth, if you would.
And if you stand behind the podium, then.
Oh, sorry.
Or in front, yeah, in front of the podium here is fine,
Yep.
whichever way you want to do it.
Yep. Sorry.
Hi, my name is Boston Berry. First, I just want to thank you for your generous donation. I really appreciate the money. It's going to help me go to college next year. Next year, I'll be going to the Ohio State University. I'm going to be studying human nutrition. I hope to one day become a sports dietitian so I can work with athletes either at the college or the pro level. Yes, awesome. Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me here this morning. My name is Austin Czemski, and I am also planning on attending the Ohio State University to study engineering. Yeah, I'm super excited to get to do that. Thank you very much for your scholarship. That's gonna help me a bunch with just going to college and becoming an engineer. Yeah. Well, hi, everyone. I'm Max Massery. First of all, I want to thank you for the scholarship opportunity and for the invitation today. I am planning to major in physics at MIT next year, and I'm excited to just learn more about how the world around me works. So thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jeffrey, and I also want to thank you for this opportunity and for this scholarship. Next year, I'll be attending Dartmouth College, and I'll be studying mathematics and computer science. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Bella Meitzinger. Thank you so much for the scholarship. I'm so grateful, and it helps more than you know. I am going to be attending Bowling Green State University, majoring in vocal performance. And afterwards, I hope to open a vocal studio and give voice lessons to kids.
Hi, I'm Isabella, and I just wanted to say thank you because this is gonna, allow me to continue growing my education. And so next year I'm gonna be going to Northwestern University to major in biology.
So before I open it up to everybody else, I'm going to do the honor of having the first question. You guys all have done amazing. That's why you're winners today. But I want to ask, if you could go back and you were the freshman you, what would you tell the freshman you, knowing what you know now, to do a little bit different that would help you along in your career?
So I think one piece of advice I would have would maybe not stress so much about the academic portion and really try to get more involved in like the club side, especially volunteering, because I think that's something that I've come to love over the years. And initially going into high school, I was just really worried about grades and not as focused on doing more so what I loved outside of school.
I think I would tell myself to have more fun. I think looking back, of course, hindsight's 20/20, but looking back, I put a lot of pressure on myself. For things that really I didn't need to put pressure on myself for. I did a lot of performances and shows, and for a few of them, I was more stressed than I was having fun, and I think if I could go back, I would just let myself enjoy it.
I think, I wish I wasted less time playing video games. While I think video games are really fun, I feel like there's still so much more stuff that I want to try. I have this huge bucket list for this summer, and unfortunately, I don't think I can complete all my tasks in time.
I would, coming back from COVID sophomore year, I did like a bunch of different clubs, and I think I would give some advice about handling that, because I then like stopped doing some of them junior and senior year, and it just took a while to figure out what I really wanted to do. So I think that would have been helpful.
Yeah, freshman year, I would probably tell myself to stop relying on like other people's opinions so much, and just find what I want to learn and be motivated by wanting to learn that. Yeah.
I think I would have just told myself to soak in a little bit more. I feel like this last week, I was a freshman going through like the hall for the first time. So really just to have been able to appreciate a little bit more, because it went by so fast, but yeah, I had a blast.
Well, Max, I'm somewhat familiar with Cambridge, Massachusetts. Did you find housing? And how are all you guys finding? Are you finding good campus life that you're expecting with the peer group that you're gonna be with?
I'll be staying in the dorm campus. Yeah.
Microphone.
Sorry. I'll be staying in the dorm on campus. They have guaranteed housing, so yeah, that's my housing situation.
I'm kind of trying to figure out housing today, actually. Yeah. I think I might decide for the bonus, but I'm trying to decide between that and commuting right now.
So I found a roommate that he lives in Cincinnati, but he's coming to Ohio State. I found him through like the Instagram pages, and we met up once or twice. So I think I have a good friend going in now. And I'm living in a dorm. I don't know where yet. I'm really anxious about that. And I have found some good, different, campus life opportunities. I'm in Young Life at Soda right now, and some of my leaders have got me set up with a bunch of people there. And so that's a really cool opportunity.
I will be living on campus, but I do not know where, and I don't know my roommate at all, but hopefully I get this figured soon. Thank you.
So at Bowling Green, they've got learning communities, which is just like a bunch of people who have similar interests or a similar major, all sort of living together in the same building. So I'm going to be in the music learning community, and I'm excited about that because that means I'll, meet a lot of people who have similar interests and make some good friends.
Yeah, so I'm planning on staying at the dorms at Northwestern, but I need to rank all the dorms I want to go to in terms of preference. So right now I'm just trying to find more information about them all and see which one I actually want to go to. And I'm planning on going random with my roommate, so hopefully that goes well.
Get the room closest to the classroom. You all, which high school you graduated from, please?
Yeah, I'm gonna be graduating from Dublin Jerome High School.
I'm going to be graduating from Dublin Kaufman.
I will also be graduating from Dublin Jerome High School.
I'll be graduating from Jerome.
I'll be graduating from Sayada.
Sayada as well.
Any other questions?
Yeah, how are you?
Well, I was going to ask you to share which high school you went to, but we checked that, so thank you. Is there an aspect of your high school education that helped you decide what you wanted to study in college? Or maybe it was an experience in a club or volunteering or working with a mentor? So if you could just share that, that would be interesting.
So being an athlete, I had some injuries, and getting back from the injuries, like fueling myself the right way was something that was really helpful to me getting back on track. So that definitely played a big part. I always knew I wanted to work with athletes in some capacity. And then I took the sports science class at Emerald Campus, and we had a unit on nutrition, and it was just super interesting. I really enjoyed it. And then this past semester, I took the Dublin Co-op program at Emerald Campus, where I got to shadow the career field I'm planning to go into. And I got to shadow a sport tactician at Ohio State, which was super awesome. I got to work with the hockey team a lot and the men's volleyball team. So that was just really cool for helping me share that up.
Yeah, I had an amazing physics teacher at Dublin Sayada. And yeah, I found a lot of passion for physics, and yeah, he encouraged me to pursue stuff in the engineering field. So I have also gotten to do some internships through like the Dublin Co-op programs. And it's been really fun getting to shadow a couple different kinds of engineers. I just finished up my second internship yesterday. Yeah, it's been a really good experience, and it's been affirming my decision to go into engineering.
Well, the variety of Dublin classes has definitely confirmed my choice of major, I think, in terms of confirming my interest in physics. I'd also like to thank the Rotary and as I know Coach Steve for their support of the Dublin Robotics Boosters. Robotics has been a great opportunity that's also kind of motivated me and shown me to continue into a career in STEM. To be completely honest, I have not too much of an idea of what I want to pursue. I just chose math because in high school I've always enjoyed math, and I've loved it a lot more than the other classes I've taken, like history. No, that's history. But my plans can definitely change in the future.
I would have to say I've had a lot of really great mentors. I've been doing choir since middle school, so and my high school choir director has been really influential to me. I have two really great voice coaches that I'm really close friends with, and they sort of help me through the audition process. And I also do a lot of musical theater for the Kaufman Drama Club. And finding that community there, just sort of like the music community, made me want to continue.
So I think one class that really helped me decide was a class I took last year at Emerald Campus, which was Biomed Research Academy. And so there I also took AP Bio. So I think that really just affirmed for me that I really do love biology. And also as part of that course, they would regularly have doctors come in and talk about their career path and what they're doing right now. So I think that really got me interested in going into the field of medicine. It affirmed my goals for me.
Any other questions? Oh, good.
How many of you attended at least one class at Emerald Campus? I'm hearing Emerald Campus frequently. Everybody there at least one? Yeah. All in.
And I think, go ahead. So,
Just wondered, I know you've all volunteered in various things throughout your high school and middle school. So maybe what was your favorite volunteer opportunity or experience that you had?
One thing that I really love that I've done through both Interact Club and Key Club is we always do a blanket tying event each year. And we end up donating those blankets. I think this year for Interact Club, we donated it to the Nationwide Children's Hospital. So I think that's always a fun event where I get to really interact with all the members of Interact Club. And, just to hear how excited the kids were at the hospital to get those blankets made by us.
I do a lot of service projects through my church and my youth group. Every summer, a group of us, a group of kids goes to Bell County, Kentucky, or just somewhere in Appalachia, and we help repair homes. And do like outreach with some families who might be struggling. Yes, that's probably my favorite. And then yesterday, actually, I got a really cool opportunity to do a benefit concert for, to raise money for missing children in Ohio. It was an event against child trafficking.
I'd say my favorite volunteer experiences were volunteering for gardening, especially at the downtown Columbus, where there's a lot of refugees, and we get to see the direct effects of where our products is going, because we directly give our food to the refugees that live there. And especially I get to be with my Cal people as well, because she volunteers there, so I get to talk to them about math, and I also see my friends there as well.
One of my favorite volunteer opportunities has been mentoring the STEM club in Central Columbus as part of my robotics team. This school doesn't have science classes for 6th graders, and so we do STEM lesson plans for those kids. And then I also get to do a lot of kind of unique volunteer opportunities as part of my Boy Scout troop. So those include, like I did forest management out on a trip, backpacking trip in New Mexico on Scout Ranch. So I get to do lots of very cool environmental activities. My favorite volunteering experience was over this past summer, where with a bunch of other high school kids, we ran a summer camp through my church for underprivileged kids in Columbus. So yeah, that was just super rewarding. A lot of these kids don't have like anything to do over the summer, and they're kind of just sitting at home bored. And so it was really cool just to put something on for all of those kids, provide them with a meal, and yeah, they had an awesome time, an awesome experience, and it was really awesome getting to serve them and see how impactful it was to all the things.
So I'm a leader at my school with FCA, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and a big thing we like to focus on is service through that. And last semester, we did a holiday blessings thing where we did a little drive for over Thanksgiving. We got food, and then for Christmas, we asked for presents. We talked to some underprivileged families in the area, in the community, and like asked what they needed, and we got some presents. And my favorite part was we got to go hand deliver them to the families. So that was just such a cool, super cool experience to get to see how grateful they were, especially the kids when they got to see us bringing in all the wrapped presents like a week before Christmas. So that was really fun.
I think we have time for one more question. Anybody have one more question?
Yeah, say Jean.
Hey, good. Thanks for coming. This is such a great program, and I'm so happy the club's able to do this. Thanks to all the members for your support in doing this. I'm just wondering how much going through the scholarship process, application process, has raised your awareness for Rotary.
Rotary's like connected to Key Club a little bit, or is that
Interact.
Interact Club? So I knew about Interact Club, I think it was my sophomore year. Miss Gamary was my one of my teachers, and she was in charge of the Interact Club. But definitely going through the scholarships, there was 2 different Rotary Club scholarships available on the local scholarship list. So it definitely raised my awareness a lot about it.
I actually learned about Rotary Club in my AP Lang class. I believe you guys held a competition, writing competition. I think that happens a lot. So I've heard of Rotary Club a lot, but this was the first time I actually wrote an essay for you guys. And I think it's the first time for a lot of people, just because of that scholarship incentive. yeah, and obviously coming here and meeting everyone has been a super awesome opportunity to
Thank
to
you,
know
Austin.
more about what it's like. I had heard about the Rotary before, via robotics, but being here for this meeting, definitely increased my awareness.
I've lived in Dublin for 8 years and I've never heard of Rotary, so this scholarship has definitely increased my awareness.
Yeah, my family has never really been a part of really any clubs like this, and so it was really interesting, because we live like 4 minutes down the road, and so when we were sort of researching scholarships, we were like, oh wow, there's like this really cool club 4 minutes away that we didn't know about, and you know, it was one of the scholarships that was recommended to me, and I'm really glad it was, because everyone has been so nice and welcoming, and I'm just really grateful for the opportunity.
So I've been a part of Interact since freshman year, and I'm currently vice president of my school's Interact Club. So I've definitely been to a couple of Rotary meetings before and known about it before this, but it was more so being in Interact Club enabled me to even know about this scholarship and let me apply in the first place.
Oh, that's great. Thank you, Isabella, and thank you each for that feedback. You've mentioned some key things. Every year, the money that we raise, we do many different fundraisers. But every year I'd venture to say that more than half of our money stays right here in Dublin, because we think the investment is so important in things like Rotaract, Interact, Robotics Club, Robotics Team, the engineering school, supporting some of our Boy Scout partnerships. So you've touched on so many good things that give us input about where and how you want to see support, and speech contests and things like that, certainly as well. Do all of you have time to stay for just a few minutes afterwards, in case there's some folks? I know you're very interesting and we love hearing what you all have accomplished. So if you can stay for just a few minutes afterwards, and the parents, we'd appreciate meeting you just one-on-one a little bit too. So with that, as a closing for the meeting, let me just mention, as Paige and Hallie mentioned, next week is a very important meeting for us. We have such a really exciting time lined up. I've talked to Bonnie personally, I've talked to a number of our past presidents, and they're really excited to spend time with our membership. So again, please round up and make sure that you've got time early enough next week to be here so we can start the meeting at 7:30. As a closing quote this week, what we'd like to do is have all the members stand. There's something we have called the Rotary 4-way test, and we find that it keeps us sort of all together. Whenever we have to make a decision about what to fund or what to do or how to be in the community, we think of this 4-way test. So if all the Rotary members could stand with me, think about these things as you go forward for the next 4 years. You're going to be having some interesting times, guaranteed. So the Rotary 4-way test, number 1, and number 3, is it the truth? Number 2, is it fair to all concerned? Number 3, will it build goodwill and drive friendships? Number 4 is the last one, will it be beneficial to all concerned? I'm sure that with your academic capabilities, with your social skills, with your voice talent, with everything going for you in the math skills, keep those 4 things in mind. We hope to see much more of you in the future as leaderships here in Ohio. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
And that closes our meeting.